I love using Inktense pencils to create depth and form within my paintings. Just by adding water, you can achieve these beautiful, vibrant colours by building them up in the way that you would use watercolour, but without the stress of it lifting off. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create really strong, vibrant colours using just Inktense pencils and a little bit of water. Let's get started. Here you can see the colours that I've swatched out of all the colours that I have within my pencil kit. By using a sheet of watercolour paper and just scribbling on the pencil like this, and then just activating with water, you can see how vibrant the tones are. By doing this, it just takes the guesswork out when you're trying to select your pencil from your pencil kit. It just makes it so much easier. So today I'm just using 4 colours. You can use whichever colours you want to if you want to join in with this tutorial. I'll tell you the colours in the description box underneath this video. And a couple of brushes. I'm using my number 8 pointed brush along with my blender and hot press watercolour paper from my Etcher sketchbook. The first colour that I'm going to use is Sun Yellow. I've got a circle drawn out here. This particular paper is textured, so it has a lot of tooth on it. And I know sometimes if you're using your Inktense pencils in this way, it can cause a little bit of concern because you can see the pencil lines on your paper. You can see that I've drawn a little circle at the top and I'm using a really light pressure towards the top of the circle. But as I work to the bottom, I'm adding slightly more pressure, building up the layers on this dry paper. At this point, I'm just using my Inktense pencils dry, and later on I'll be activating the Inktense with water, which is where the magic happens. So next up, I'm applying a light layer of apple green. These colours work really well together, and as you can see, once again, using a really light pressure on the top part of the circle, working around that little highlight. As I hit the bottom, I'm applying a little bit more pressure to add more of that pigment. Just continuing that process, staying within that pencil line, and you can see I'm just adding a little bit more pressure and a little bit more pigment to the bottom section. Don't worry about the tooth marks on the paper. They will all disappear as we add the water a bit later on. So don't worry about that. Just use a light pressure. Next up, we have Teal Green. I thought this added a little bit of vibrancy and a bit of a blue tone to these mixes. So once again, I'm going really lightly to the top section of the circle, applying more pressure on the bottom section where we have the darker value. Using a light touch, just layering up those colours. I have a clean glass of water, some kitchen paper, and I'm using my number 8 brush, and here is where the magic happens. Just using some clean water to activate that ink, and just look at that colour. Applying it around the circle that I've drawn there to keep that highlight as bright as we can, and just adding this plain water glaze to this dry mix so that we can see these colours come to life. You'll notice there that I've cleaned my brush and patted it dry. This way I can merge that little highlight into the paper and make it look a little bit more natural. All I'm doing here is just activating that pigment with some plain water, gently manipulating that pigment to remove the tooth that we can see and blend it into the paper. This watercolour paper is really great for Inktense because you can really get a strong, vibrant colour and it doesn't bleed into the paper. So you can see here, just activating that pigment with my brush, blurring those colours together as we work through. When you activate Inktense with water, it becomes really movable until it's dry. When Inktense dries completely on the paper or whatever material you're using it on, because you can use it on different fabrics and different materials, but once it's dry, it doesn't move. So if you want to do any blending, it's really important that you do it while your Inktense is still damp. The great thing about this is once it is dry, you can layer it up without it lifting off in the way that watercolour does. I'm just using a damp brush here to blend those colours together. I clean my brush, pat it on the kitchen paper, and I'm just using that damp brush to merge everything together. It's completely dry now, and it's really important that it is dry before you layer these up. If your paper is even damp, it doesn't work. It has to be completely dry. I'm applying a little bit more pressure to that initial wash. This way I'm flattening out the tooth of the paper. This makes blending even more easier for the second round of blending that we're going to do with water in a moment. But by adding that pressure, you can just flatten out that tooth and just get the layer that you need. I'm going to use this apple green pencil again for the layer number 2 in the way that I did for the first wash. So you can see there's still a little bit of tooth left there, but that's absolutely fine because we can blend that in a minute. But already you can see the vibrancy of these inks as we've added that water on the first wash. And you can keep blending up these colours until you're happy with the depth of colour that you have. Teal green is next in the same way that we did in the first layer. And I'm just going to continue this by adding a little bit more pressure to the base, and then of course taking it inside that pencil line and just adding a little bit more pressure as I work through. But I'm just adding this to the bottom section of the circle. And next up we have Deep Indigo. I'm using this on the base just to add a really darker value. And once again, we're going to activate those inks by using plain water. If you are enjoying this video, could I ask you to give it a thumbs up? It just shows YouTube that you're enjoying my content, and it means that it pushes it out to more people, and I'd really appreciate your support. Every week here on YouTube, we create new content. We usually do full watercolor tutorials, but I thought this week we would do something a little bit different. Lots of you have done my Inktense tutorials in the past, and I think it's good sometimes to have a little bit of a refresher. If you do like using Inktense, I will put a full playlist of our Inktense tutorials right at the end of this video, so be sure to click through and take a look. Usually on this channel, we're all about botanical painting, and we do have a Patreon if you're interested in joining us there, if you like painting flowers with watercolour. And every week, if you are a free member of my Patreon, you will have access to our free outlines to accompany our tutorials here on YouTube. In case that interests you, let's just take a look. When you join Patreon, you will have access to exclusive content that you just won't find here on YouTube. Whether you're a seasoned artist or just dipping your brush into botanical watercolour, you may want to join us here on Patreon, where the magic happens. And with Patreon's new collections tab, it makes accessing the tutorials super easy. When you join us here on Patreon, we dive deep into the art of botanical watercolours, from vibrant blooms to fine detail, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. We have 3 membership levels to suit your skill and budget, and we even have a mentorship and coaching level, so if you're serious about developing your skills, then this could be the level for you. And now you can join Patreon for free, which will give you access to all of our YouTube traceables, which will be delivered weekly to your inbox, so no more scrolling through for the images. So if you are ready to embark on a watercolour adventure, unlock exclusive content, and join a community that celebrates the beauty of botanicals, hit that join button, which I will link in the description. So you can leave and join Patreon at any time, and as I said, if you join our free membership, you can have access to our free outlines. So you can see me here just blending it in using my brush, just taking that colour over that lemon colour to blend them together, as you can see me doing here. This brush has a really fine point, and it means that I can go right up to that pencil line. Just taking the pigment over that little highlight just to soften it through a little bit, and just continuing to blend the colours together. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel and you enjoy this kind of content, do consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button below and that little notification bell, and you'll be notified every week. You can see me here using my blender brush to just kind of merge those colours together, using a light touch just to tidy up any edges. I'm going back in with the teal colour here just to add a little bit more depth, once again making sure that the colour is completely dry. You can keep building up your layers until you're absolutely happy with the depth of colour that you need, but look how vibrant this looks. If you do have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I answer all questions. I'm always on hand to help you if you have any queries regarding Inktense or indeed any other medium. Remember, you can join in with this no matter what colours that you have. And I had a bit of an oopsie moment there and I went outside the pencil line, but not to worry. Just continuing to blend up those colours, adding a little bit of that teal and just continuing to blend it through. All the materials I used today I will put in the description box underneath this video, so if you did want to use the same colours as me, you can check them out there. You can see at this point it's going a little bit sticky, but it's still managing to blend through. We're on quite a few layers at this point, but by using a light touch, I still managed to blend those colours together. So just by using the tip of that brush to manipulate those colours together, still super easy, and softening out that highlight with my number 8 around. Remember to stay right until the end of this video, where I'm going to put a playlist up of all our Inktense tutorials so that you can check them out and practice yourself. We have lots of different ways of applying Inktense, and we'll show you in those playlists. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.